I'm Alec Bean.
And I'm Brady Levinson. Let's get into episode 11 of Big Boy Boomin Bets.
A lot of things can be said about who I am these past 2 weeks. If you've ever seen that SpongeBob episode where, there's a guy who's wanted and SpongeBob's looking for him, and he's looking for that guy who's wanted and it happens to be himself, that would be me. I was wondering why I was losing so much money. It's because of myself. And I have a picture in my mind of that miner who was mining the dirt until he got to the diamonds and he stepped away when he was right there. I am not that guy. All right? I'm coming back bigger and better this week. For my lock of the week, I have the Seahawks -3 alternate spread over the Cardinals at plus 145. Now, I understand why you wouldn't listen to me. But hear me out.
Hearing.
The Seahawks are at home. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray has been surprisingly good this week, but the Seahawks have a lot of momentum right now. They did just beat the 49ers.
They did.
And if they do beat these Cardinals, they're tied for first in the NFC West.
Insane.
Now, I understand that, Kyler Murray's been playing out of his mind. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's pretty good too. I don't care. Okay?
Doesn't care.
I don't care. That Seahawks offense is loaded. Give me the Seahawks -3 at plus 145.
I never thought I'd see plus 145 in a lock, but just because of how the past 2 weeks have gone for you, I'm really praying this one hits. Personally, I've had a pretty good past 2 weeks. We're 4-2. I think I'm one pick off from being 500 for the year. Feeling pretty good, so I'm getting a little grosser and a little cockier this week. I have not one, not two, but 3+ odds picks for you guys because this is the week we go 3-0. We're staying hot. And a team that has helped me out the past 2 weeks is involved in my lock of the week. The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns on Thursday Night Football, plus 100 over 37.5.
Beautiful.
Now, Chris Boswell single-handedly defeated the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday with 6 field goals, 24 fantasy points. Absolutely gross.
Disgusting.
But this is the week the Steelers figure it out on offense. They're playing a very, very just average Browns defense. Jameis Winston, somehow he scored 30 fantasy points last week and the Browns scored 14 points. Don't know how that happens. The Browns are going to put up maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns, but the Steelers are going to go all out. They're scoring at least, I'd say, 21 to 27 in that range. The Browns will put up 14 to 17. It's not going to be a blowout, but 37.5 is such a low line, and the fact that the over is plus money just... How can you not take that?
How can you not?
That's if this game ends up being 20-20, the over hits.
Yeah.
So give me the Browns Steelers over 37.5. The Steelers are going to come through for me for the 3rd time in a row. Watch it happen.
I love it, actually. I do love that pick. Now, for my upset, that I don't know if you count it as an upset, considering they are ranked higher than this team.
The odds say it's an upset.
The odds say it's an upset. Give me the BYU Cougars over the Arizona State Sun Devils at plus 120. Now, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay? It's gross.
BYU.
I really do not want to be betting on BYU. However, I feel like it's a little disrespectful to BYU to be plus money in this game, considering, I know they lost to Kansas. Kansas was ranked at the beginning of the year. People forget about that. They've had their ups and downs this year, but they were ranked. They are a good team. Mm-hmm. And I understand Arizona State just snuck into the rankings. They beat Kansas State 24-14, but BYU beat them by 38-9. So by transitive property, BYU should kill them in this game. Absolutely annihilate them, right? Now, Arizona State did beat Utah by 8. BYU only beat Utah by 1. Transitive property there. But Arizona State was at home.
Ooh.
BYU was not. Therefore, give me the number 14 ranked Cougars at plus 120.
I don't know how to feel about that pick, Alec, but, once again,
Gotta love it.
For your sake, I'm praying it hits.
You gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
You gotta love it.
He said it himself. You gotta love it. Now, I feel really good about my upset. It's not the Steelers for the first time in 3 weeks, because the Steelers, unfortunately, aren't going to upset any teams anytime soon because they are now a legit team and on top of the AFC North. Didn't think I'd be saying those words this season, but here we are. But for my upset of the week, I have a team that's been very up and down, being a team that's been very up and down. Give me the Bears money line at plus 150 over the Vikings.
Don't mind it.
The Bears are at home, which I think is a very good tone setter for this game. Obviously, awful against the Patriots. But they put up a fight against the Packers last week. Yeah. And if it wasn't for just the luck of the Bears kicking for the past decade, then I think they would have won that game. You got the double doink. You got Cairo Santos getting blocked. I saw a guy, he tweeted out on Twitter, and he said, it was a clip of the Broncos field goal getting blocked. And he goes, it was a Bears fan. He goes, if this happens to me or to us next week against the Packers, I'm getting off Twitter forever. Yeah. And so now I don't believe he's on Twitter anymore.
I don't think he's on Twitter.
But anyways.
Or X, sorry.
Sorry. X. But back to the Bears pick. I think the firing of Shane Waldron really helped that offense. I think they looked a lot better than they have for the first 10 weeks of the season.
Agreed.
And the Vikings, I think the past 2 weeks have told us something, that they could barely beat the Jaguars.
Yeah.
And then they didn't even look that great against Tennessee.
Yeah, that was bad.
I think a loss is in the future for the Vikings, and I think it comes at the hands of the Chicago Bears this week. Caleb Williams is beating Sam Darnold. Give me the Bears. Lock it in. 3 straight weeks of the upset. Let's go.
I don't mind it. Caleb Williams, hopefully you guys figure it out because you do have a loaded offense.
Keenan Allen might be back.
I hope he is.
And Robo Dunze is a superstar. Waiting to happen.
It's waiting to happen. Now, for my wild card. I don't even have odds on this pick yet.
Why not?
But it doesn't matter because I'm betting on the MVP of the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
Averaging 30 points, 8 boards, and 6 assists on 46% shooting.
Unreal.
Jason Tatum is going to have a double-double against the Washington Wizards on Friday. The Wizards. Yeah, I don't care what these odds are. You better take them, okay? He's had a double-double in 4 of his last 5 games. 4. Not to mention, he did drop 33 on the Cavs last night to win.
Bye-bye, winning streak.
Listen, I understand that I have not done well on player props. I don't have a good history. I don't. But it would be idiotic not to sit here and look at Jason Tatum, my glorious king, the MVP of the NBA right now, and say, you know what? You're getting a double-double against the Wizards. He might drop 50.
Big.
He might drop 50. So I don't care what these odds are. It's probably going to be plus like 230 or something like that. Jason Tatum, it's great odds. Jason Tatum double-double. Lock it in. Bet on it.
For the first time this episode, I love one of your picks. We're here.
We're here now.
We're here. Now, for my wild card, we're sticking with our home New England teams. Give me the New England Patriots at plus 5.5 alternate spread against the Dolphins. Now, why the Dolphins are favored by 7 in this game right now? Beyond me. Yes, Tua's back, looked pretty good, but that's against the Raiders. It's one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Patriots defense might not be anything special, but I know this offense is getting there. I don't know if I'd call them good, but they're getting there, and I think they can make this a pretty close game. I mean, the last time these two teams played, it was gross. You had Tyler Huntley versus, I think, Jacoby Brissett in that game.
Yep.
So gross. And it was like 16
to 10, I believe.
Yeah, something really bad like that.
Really disgusting.
But that aside, I think the Patriots can make this a really close game. The Dolphins' defense is nothing special. I mean, Brock Bowers annihilated them last week. Absolutely shredded them. And while the Patriots might not have a weapon like him, they have a pretty decent tight end in Hunter Henry. So I think Hunter Henry can do something similar. I think the Patriots make this a game. I don't know if they win, but I think this is a game that could definitely end in a 3, 4, 5 point margin. So give me the Patriots alternate spread at 5.5 at plus 125. 3+ odd bets.
Yep, love it.
They're all hitting.
I love it. And you know what else I love?
Yes.
Drake May football.
Me too.
I love Drake May
Me too.
football. It's the best kind of football, realistically.
Much better than Jacoby Brissett football. That's all I know.
That's all I know. That's what I know, too.
Drake May, I love you. We love you.
We love you.
We love you, Drake May. But that's going to do it for episode 11 of Big Boy Boomin Bets. I know Alec is struggling, but this is the week that we're going 6-0. And I think maybe for the next 2 weeks, I mean, one of my coaches of baseball taught me that Murphy's Law, all things end up balancing out. And if Alec's going 0 for 6, eventually he's going to go 6-0.
I love it.
And eventually I'm going to go 3-0. And so eventually we're going to have a perfect week by that.
It's going to happen.
By that logic.
Murphy's Law. Yeah.
Murphy's Law. But for now, I'm Brady Levinson.
And I'm Alec Bean. Remember to gamble safely, gamble responsibly, make some money this week. Please let my bets hit. Jason Tatum, please save me. Please.
Please.
And we'll see you next time.